So picture this. It's your freshman year of college again.
Oh, God.
Welcome week, all those shenanigans. I just remember people asking me this one question over and over and over again. First, I would tell them my name, which is Alex Berner-Coe.
And mine is Georgie Hahn.
And then almost immediately after, they would ask me where I am from. And recently, we've been thinking a lot about this particular question.
A couple of months ago, Alex interviewed an NYU professor, Michael Dinwiddie.
The United States is a nation of migrants. We move on the average once every 5 years.
He teaches a class about the migratory nature of our culture here in the U.S.
I was born in Muskogee, Oklahoma, but I'm a Detroiter, so kind of create your identity and fix it for yourself.
When he said that, I was like, huh. Because I'm from Tennessee, but I don't really feel like I'm from Tennessee. Even though I was born there, my parents are from New York and Idaho. So I'm technically a first-generation Southerner.
So that's why I probably wouldn't have guessed you're from Tennessee.
Exactly. It's kind of a new thing in my family. Sure, I'm from Tennessee, but what does that really mean?
Yeah, telling people where you're from, it's kind of a funny thing. It often leads people to conclude certain things about you that maybe you don't identify with.
Because the reality is that most of us have many legitimate answers to that question. Take Anna, for example.
I think what some would call a complex background. I don't really belong to one culture. When somebody asks me, where are you from, I'm not quite sure what to answer.
In fact, when we were looking through our conversation with Anna, we couldn't find a single linear explanation, and perhaps here's why.
I despise that question so much. I don't exactly know what people mean when they ask, where are you from? Do they mean, where were you born? What's your citizenship? I mean, where are your parents from? Where do you live, or where have you lived?
When you have a different answer to each of these questions, like Anna does, it's easy to see why that question can be pretty frustrating.
I am Tristan Oliveira, and I'm from New York.
Easy answer. Or is it?
My dad's from Brazil, from Araras, which is a small town about 3 hours outside of São Paulo. When he was about 18, 19, came to JFK, didn't speak any English, had like about $300 in his pocket, walked out of the airport and started his life.
Exactly, in New York.
I'm so far removed from any sort of cultural significance to the place that my father was born. New York grown, loyal to New York. This is who I am, this is where I'm from, this is what I know. I don't speak Portuguese. I think it's a beautiful language.
Tristan brings up language, a really important cultural signifier that comes into play when talking about where you're from.
Anna also had a lot to say about language.
The accent. I've spoken German since I could start speaking. And at the same time, I was also learning Spanish. When I was 2 years old, we moved to Michigan for about a year and a half, and I had to learn English. And my continued use of English shows my strengthening relationship with America.
Language can really influence your answer to the question of where you're from.
And so can your citizenship.
I have American citizenship now. I've come to the point where I can say this is my culture and this is my country. You know, officially I can say that, culturally I can say that, but now if you were to take other people's opinions in that, I don't think I'd know if I were American or not.
And that's a really scary thought.
Because historically, and unfortunately also now, when people consider you an outsider, they say some really polarizing things.
We need to build a wall.
And it's not just saying, it's also doing.
Yeah, I mean, look at Anna's family.
My first name is Anna. That's also the first name for my mother, for my abuela, for my bisabuela, and so on. The first Anna came over because of the persecution of Jews. I knew my family in Uruguay had Eastern European ties. She came over, I think, to Brazil it was, faked some papers saying that she was Catholic, married someone in Uruguay, and continued to live her life there. Being technically Jewish feels weird for me, especially because I'm also German, and knowing that one part of my family was escaping persecution while the other part of my family was part of the implementation of that persecution is just really weird for me.
I would definitely feel strange about one part of my family at one point in time trying to kill the other.
And even when it's not a matter of life or death, variety and background can be hard to deal with.
People who know me tend to know that there's somewhat of a identity crisis thing going on, but not really.
Tristan and
Figure
Anna
something
definitely aren't the only ones. As Michael Dinwiddie likes to tell his students, we are constantly moving.
Maybe no one can really answer the question, where are you from, in a 2-second soundbite.
So, since we're often expected to do just that, it's telling what information someone may choose to disclose.
Or if they change their answer depending on the person.
When somebody asks me where I'm from, I tend to evaluate how close I am or want to be with a person.
Right. It's kind of an intimate thing to tell someone about your roots, so it's worth waiting to ask someone until you know they're ready to tell you, which can take some time.
Don't go looking for sound bites or one-word answers when asking where are you from, because the really interesting responses will be stories.
So, tell me a story, Alex. Where are you from?
Well, how much time do you have?
Special thanks to our classmates in the Talk to Me radio class, Judith Sloan, Anna Markoff, Michael Dinwiddie, and Tristan Oliveira. Also, thanks to the staff of the NYU LaGuardia Co-op for letting us use their space.